Hey everybody, Alicia, what's up? What's up? Glad that you could join us again. We're going to talk about being a virtual assistant, doing phone calls for business, and this whole world of online entrepreneurship. If you're watching this live right now, you're going to see like the live box flashing above you. If not, you're watching it after it was recorded. Just type in the comments box #replay so that I know that you're watching it on a replay and I can see you and communicate with you. But I'm really excited that you guys are here. Today, we are going to interview two amazing ladies. We're going to interview Tameka and Sandra. And both of these ladies, not only are they just fantastic people, but they're working from home, from the comfort of their home and doing services for clients. So we're going to ask some questions like, what services are you doing? How do you enjoy working from home? Tameka has a great story about how being a virtual assistant while she was in school. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to get inspired. So I'm really excited about that. The thing is that freelancing as a whole is really taking off. So we're opening our eyes to all of the opportunities that are here when it comes to freelancing and working for yourself. And there's so many things that you can do. It's definitely about finding out what you're passionate about and turning that into profit, or learning a new skill and taking that skill and delivering services to clients online. A question that I'm getting a lot is, like, how are people finding me? Or why are people hiring other people to do work and not looking, locally to hire someone? So I'm going to answer some of those questions. The first thing is, we're in a time right now where companies are going online to look for people to add to their team. It gives them a great advantage. I mean, who would have thought that a company in Australia can hire someone in Jamaica to do their graphic design, answer their phones, return their phone calls, answer their emails? Like, the world of technology and this global entrepreneurship has opened up so many opportunities for us. It's now up to us to figure out how to take advantage of those global opportunities. So you can take what you're passionate about, turn that into an opportunity, and you can also learn a new skill and take that skill online to help and assist clients. Now, when we're talking about learning a new skill, a lot of people ask me, where do I start? There's so many skills to learn. And I can learn how to write press releases. I can learn how to edit books. I can do proofreading. I can answer phone calls. Like, what do I hone in on? And what do I, offer as a service? Well, it's really up to you. And I'm encouraging you to really find out what you love to do. So you guys are listening to a ton of people coming on here telling us what they're doing, what they love doing, how they're delivering that service, the skills that they have, the learned skills that they've acquired, and how we can take all of that to start our own online business. So I'm glad that you guys are back. I'm glad that you're here. The whole goal of freelancing online is so that you can start your own online business. And whether you have your own online business already or you're still in that learning phase, I am going to encourage you to always learn as much as you can. So you're here, obviously, you love learning. A lot of you have taken our classes, or you're signing up for the upcoming virtual assistant class. That's great as well, but always be learning. Now, one quote that's really popular says that knowledge is power. Have you guys heard that quote before? Knowledge is power? I know a lot of people have, like, knowledge is power, and people are saying that, but I step up to that quote and I'm like, wait, it's not just knowledge that's power. It's knowledge with action and implementation that's the true power. So when you learn something new, that's great. And it's super powerful, right? I'm not arguing with that. But if you don't put it into action, if you don't implement what you learn, then what's up with the knowledge? It's just staying in this head of yours and not going anywhere new. So make sure that what you learn, you actually take action on and implement so that you can take your lives to the next level. All right, on that note, we're gonna bring on Miss Tameka Palmer. Now, Tameka, before I bring her on, I'm gonna say some great things about her because she's an amazing woman. She has been with us in some form or another since 2013. I've known this brilliant young lady for quite some time now, and she's been a virtual assistant, she'll have to tell us, maybe for like the past 3 years. And in those 3 years, she's been going to college full time and, structuring her time. Lots of you guys ask about time management. So we'll talk to Tameka about that. But she's been structuring her time well so that she can take her classes and be a virtual assistant at the same time. And she's, what she's done is literally made money so that she could remain a student and, pursue her dream of getting a degree. So I'm really proud of her for that. Let's bring on Tameka Palmer. Tameka?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Tameka. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Good. It's great to see you here, Tameka. Now, I just told everybody about how, great you're doing and how you were a virtual assistant, are a virtual assistant, but you graduated from college now, right?
I'm graduating in November.
But you finished your classes.
Right, yes, I finished my classes because it's the summer break now.
Summer break now, right. So I'd like to talk a little bit about your virtual assistant experience, some of the things that you've done, where this is going to take you, and, how exciting it is to be able to work from home and, how much your laptop is your friend. So first of all, I just want you to say hi to everybody. Give them a wave, Tameka. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm hoping you're seeing me. The lighting might be a bit off.
Yeah, you look fine. You look perfect. Everybody, if you can just say hi to Tameka, just say hi, Tameka, in the comments. Let's show her some love and appreciation because we really do appreciate that you are here, Tameka. And, we'll allow people to ask you questions as well. But I'm going to start off by asking you a question. So you graduated recently. What degree did you graduate with?
Well, I'm graduating in November. Graduations aren't until November, but I'm graduating.
You're done with your classes. So,
Yeah.
I consider that you haven't walked down the thing, but you graduated.
Yeah. So I'll be getting a degree. My major is in linguistics and my minor is in criminology.
Interesting.
Yes,
did you watch a lot of Law and Order? Is that why you like criminology so much?
That is exactly what happened. I watched a lot of Special Victims Unit because I'm all for helping women, and that's why I said, okay, let me do the minor in criminology.
Okay, got it. So the whole time that you were going to school, or the last 3 years of your education, you were working from home. So you would go to class, come back to virtual assistant work, and then sometimes you had a night class or something. Explain your schedule a little bit to us.
All right. So because the company that I'm working for isn't based here, it's based overseas, and we have a time difference, what I tried my best to do was schedule my classes in the morning and in the evening. So I'd go to classes, then come back to start work. And then in the evenings, if it's a case, because most night classes start at 5, I'd leave early. So the working from home is it's great because they're able to work with their schedule, because that's what they did. They worked at 9, and then I picked up extra time on the weekends to make up for the hours that I would miss. So yeah.
Good job. So Tameka, answer this question for me. What were you doing as a virtual assistant? Like, what kind of things did they ask you to do?
All right. So my main role was support. It was phone, email support. So any problems clients were having, I was the main phone support. So once a person called in, it was me. And then because we worked through emails, any issues they were having, I'd be the one to go ahead and help them. So it was mainly support.
And obviously you got really good at it. So it's something that was pretty easy for you. Did you enjoy doing support?
Yes, because after the first couple of months, I know all the products, I know all the programs. So it was quite easy.
It was quite easy. All right. And so what did your classmates think of the fact that you had like this work at home job? You just got to go to class and work on your laptop. And did they think you were really working, or they're like, what are you doing, Tameka? How are you making money?
There was a time when they thought I was making stuff up because they're like, you're working from home, because when classes are over, like, okay, I have to dash because I have work. And then I'm not dressed in the, the whole office attire. So they're like, work? And I'm like, yes, I work from home. But after a while they realized, okay, there is no way she's constantly dashing from class just to go home to do nothing, so this must be real. And I told them about the whole work from home experience, and they're like, oh, that's great. So at first there was like, no way, like people out here work from home. But yeah, they got used to it.
They got used to it. So tell me this, as you're working from home, how did you manage your time? Like, how did you make sure that you were always on time and on schedule? Is it a lot of self-discipline? People all week have been asking about time management and how to really master time management. Give us some tips.
All right. Well, the first thing, alarms are your best friend. I have alarms for basically everything. Okay, I need to start work now. Okay, after I finish work, I need to start studying now so I can get some rest, so I can wake up back. So I had alarms for everything, like wake up, Tameka, time to start studying, Tameka, all of that stuff. And you have to plan out what you're going to do. Well, for me, because I had school and of course I had to do work, and school work plus work, what I did was I made sure that after I signed out, I got some rest, then I woke up back, did my schoolwork, then I went back to sleep so I could get up to work again. So yeah, you have to really manage your time and know what you're doing.
Know what you're doing. Absolutely. So with all this, work at home and you're a virtual assistant and you went to school, what did you spend some of your money on? Was it helping you pay rent or some school fees? We're all curious.
Right. It was mainly for, as you said, rent, bills, because I pay my own bills. So rent, bills, food, basically my whole life. So everything I needed was because of work. That's where I got my main source of income from. So I did not have to sponge on my parents, my older siblings. It was just my income sending me to school, making sure that I was okay. Not to say that if there were some emergencies I wouldn't get help, but that was the main way of.
And how did your parents feel about that? Because you've been working since you were pretty young. You've been working.
I started working as soon as I left sixth form. For my mother, it was a great relief because she was hesitant at first about me coming to Kingston because, as you know, I'm not from Kingston. But then she realized I'm like, oh, the people I'm working with are great. We're like a family, and I'm okay. And then I started working from home, and I'm like, I don't even leave the house, so I'm good. I'm good. But she's been really grateful because there are a lot of things that she could have she has been able to do for herself since she doesn't have to send me to school or take care of me.
Mm-hmm. And that must feel really good for you.
Yes, it does. I like financial independence, really.
That word is so important, financial independence, right? Financial independence. I think that's what we all want, is to be financially independent. And for you, you've been working since you were out of sixth form. And, I definitely commend you for that. And, pay your own bills, lessen the burden on your parents. That's fantastic. Everybody that's listening in, I want you to, let's visualize that word, financially independent. Type it in the comments for me. Call it out, right? Just say, I am financially independent. Because what we have to do is call things into being. It's the law of attraction. Tameka, you know about the law of attraction?
A little bit, but not in depth.
Not in depth. Basically, it says what you seek out, what you call out, you get back in return. So if every day you're saying, I'm amazing, I have an amazing life, I have great relationships, my family rocks, you're calling that out into being and you're attracting that into you. When you say, life sucks, today sucks, tomorrow's gonna suck, today's gonna suck, tomorrow's gonna suck, right? So it's about
and first to me it works because I do that, because especially when it comes to my classes, if I have hard classes, I'm like, Tameka, you will get through this, you'll pass this course, everything will be great, you can do this. And it really your attitude really affects a lot of things and what you put out into the universe. It's so that it's actually true.
It is. It's really true. And it's really important. And you can see everybody typing it in. They're saying, I am financially independent. Good job, guys. Good job. And it is really important. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you, everybody, for writing it in. Hey, Garfield, how are you? I see you writing it in. So Tameka, tell me this. Lots of people, or not a lot of people, but quite a few people have said, you know, they're just really scared to take that leap into working for themselves, right? So they're really, some people are scared or a little bit nervous about taking that leap or even trying it. What would you say to people who are like, I'm too scared to work for myself, or I don't know if I have the discipline, or this is something I can do? Like I've been, you know, one of the things is that we're taught our whole life that we need to work for someone else and be a good employee. So how do we now say, wait a minute, I can work from home and be my own boss, right? So how do we make that shift? So yeah.
First and foremost, you have to believe in yourself and what you can do, and you have to know what you want. Set your goal. So if you know that you hate going to an office, or even in know where jobs are hard to get currently, you know, you have to find workarounds so that you are able to take care of yourself or your family. So you have to first know what you want, and then really, if you are unsure, there's almost everything is online. So do your research. I mean, if there are things that you need to learn for, and also you can do things that you love. So if you love writing and all of that, there are jobs online for that. So you put into your passion whatever you are passionate about, because normally if you're doing something that you love, then you're more likely to be dedicated and to get the things done.
That's right.
Plus you have to be disciplined as well, because you at an office, you know that there's always somebody higher up who is making sure that the work gets done. But when you're at home, you know that this is your job. You have to get this done. There's nobody running behind you.
That's right.
And so it's for me, I think it's way easier than going to an office, because there are a lot of costs that are cut out. Buying lunch, paying fare, and
right, and clothes to look nice and live.
Exactly. No, I mean, you can just be comfortable in around the table, in the sofa, on your bed, and getting the work done. And then the money that you're making can be pumped back into whatever you need instead of all the unnecessaries. So
I do see some people buy lunch every single day when they go to work, and I mean, just lunch and a drink, you know. Right. So factoring that in, no transportation, no lunch, no drinks that you have to buy, you know, while you're at work, and you're saving so much money by working from home that now, you know, that we have to even look at that as part of the cost savings and even income that we're keeping because of the opportunity to work from home. So, yeah, so I really like that, Tameka. Good point. So, Tameka, what are some of the skills people should be learning right now today, whether they YouTube it, Google it, come to a class? Quickly, give us some skills. What are some good skills people need to know?
Learn how to edit, whether it's videos, writing. Editing is a big thing now. If you know graphic design, owning on your skill, writing, owning on your skill, all of those. I mean, customer support, if you have a wonderful voice, all those, just owning on your skills. So YouTube, how to edit, how to use WordPress, all of those things, trust me, it will work. It will pay in the long run.
Awesome. We have a class coming up. It's all about being a virtual assistant, and we're teaching all these amazing skills so that people can actually learn how to become a virtual assistant, you know, just like you, and work from home. And I think that, you know, also this new way of taking classes. Tameka, this class that we're doing it's 7 weeks and it's 3 times a week, but it's completely taken from home. So you're at the comfort of your own home. watching the instructor just as people are watching us. And, you know, it's the new age of learning. It's the new age of working. And I really think that people need to jump on it as quickly as possible. And obviously you've proven that, you know, it works and it's real and you're doing it. And I'm proud of you.
Me, guys, her classes work because even though I work for them, I went to classes just to see what everything was about. And I learned a lot even though I wasn't there to learn. So trust me, the classes do work.
Thank you, Tameka. Thank you.
No problem.
And how do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Tameka, the virtual assistant, the person who works from home, the person who paid her bills while she went to college, the person who's responsible enough, the young lady who's responsible enough to, you know, rock it online and handle customer support for a U.S. company. How do you feel about, I know I'm proud of you. How do you feel about yourself? That's important. It's so important.
It is like I there are so many things that I'm seeing happening now, and especially young women and the whole sugar daddy era, especially since I was in college. And to know that I did not have to do things to get what I want because I was doing things for my own. And to know that if I needed anything, I did not have to depend on anyone or worry about where the next money was going to come from because I knew I had a job, I knew I had a steady income, I knew I was doing, and there was nobody to say, okay, you cannot do this and you cannot do that because I'm giving you this. I mean, I am my own woman, I am my own boss. Anything I need, I can provide for myself. So trust me, it feels great.
You know, you said something that's really important, and we do have a lot of ladies listening on here, and I just want to make this point to the ladies. Can you see that, Tameka? No, I need to move it over. Can you see that?
I guess because I'm using my phone, I'm not seeing it, unfortunately.
Okay, all right. I just wrote, a man is not a financial plan.
Trust me, he's not.
We need to make our own money, ladies. So Phillip and, you know, the guys that are on, just let us do a ladies thing for a minute, all right? Okay, so a man is not a financial plan. Tameka just said it. She's like, we don't need a sugar daddy. We don't need to ask a man for money. We can be financially independent ourselves, build our own businesses, rock it ourselves, feel good about what we do, and not ever have to ask a man for his help, for his money, especially if it's tied to some favors, right? Can I, amen,
right.
Ladies? Can I get an
amen? Money should always be an option. Like, okay, I can take yours, but I don't need it. It should always be like that.
You should always feel like that. And, you know, I see, I'm sure you see, you know, so many women. Where's my amens, ladies? I'm asking for, can I get an amen on this right here? A man is not a financial plan. Hey, and some guys might say amen to that too, because they're probably like, you know what? I like a financially independent woman. I'm all for Miss Independent, right? And here's the thing. You know, there's so many women. We're talking about Jamaica, the Caribbean. There's so many women who believe that a man is a financial plan, and so many mothers that teach their daughters, hey, just find a man with money and
yes,
get him kids, right? And that's your financial plan. That's all you have to worry about. No, it's 2019. We have the ability to be financially independent and count on ourselves, like Tameka said, for what we want and what we need. Tameka, thank you so much for bringing up that point, because it's really important as women.
It is, and especially with so many things happening to our women now, and there are a lot of women who are afraid to leave abusive relationships because they're dependent on the man and all of that. Other factors are in play, of course, but like that's usually one of the main factors, especially when they have children. Like, who is going to take care of the child if I leave, and all of that. So we really need to let our women know that you don't need, a man should always be an option, not a necessity. So
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And so we're not talking about the fact that we're not disrespecting our men, especially the great men out there. There are some fantastic men out there, aren't there? And we clap you, fantastic men. But all we're saying is that as women, we need to be financially independent and make our own money so that we don't have to, what Tameka was saying, Orlando said, how did all this come up, this conversation. Tameka was just saying that we as women need to make our own money and be financially independent. And she's proud of herself that she didn't have to ask no sugar daddy for money. She didn't have to get any money from a man because she could pay her own bills, right? So
Right.
she could pay her own bills herself because she's working from home, and she's proud of that. And what I'm doing is I'm totally bigging her up and saying, I love that. I love everything that you're saying. And, I really believe that there's so many women that are in bad situations and they don't leave. And the number one reason they don't leave is because financially they can't, right?
Right.
So, learn a skill and be, you might not be in the situation now where you need to, leave or you need to be financially independent, but learn it and have your own bank account and be your own strong woman. And I commend you for that speech there, Tameka. Go, Tameka. Good speech. Good speech. All right. Before we bring Sandra on, Tameka, is there anything else that you wanted to share with everyone? Any words of advice for those who are considering getting into, being a virtual assistant, but, haven't taken that leap yet?
Well, I'm saying that if you're thinking about it, now is the time to take action, because really and truly companies are going through this route. It's more cost effective, it's more easier, and there are jobs out there once you have the skill. So you just need to do what needs to be done and go for it.
I agree. Thank you. And if you guys want to check out our VA class that's coming up, vajamaica.com. Orlando, I'm not sure about what you're asking. Ask that question again. Let me see if Tameka can understand what you're saying. Orlando's saying, how about the ladies? How to adjust that for men? I'm not sure what he's trying to say there. Do you know what he's trying to say, Tameka? What you're trying to say? Are you trying to say that men also need to be financially independent and not, when they find a woman with money, not beyond that woman? Is that what you're saying, Orlando?
If that's what he's saying, then it goes both ways. As individuals, we need to be independent regardless of gender. So yes.
Yes, I think that's what he's saying. We'll see. If he writes it again, I'll bring you back on, or we'll address that question. All right, Tameka, don't go anywhere. I'm putting you back in the lobby. I'm bringing on Sandra now so that we can talk to her as well. She is a superstar virtual assistant working from home, just like you. So we're going to bring her on. And I'm so proud of you, Tameka. Don't go anywhere.
All right, thank you.
Back soon. Yeah. All right, we're bringing on Sandra. Tameka she had some really good points there. And, I'm really proud of everything that she's doing. And we'll bring her back on at the end. All right, Sandy, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay.
Awesome. Now we know that you're a virtual assistant as well. Tell us a little bit about what you do. What do you do as a virtual assistant? People always want to know, what skills do you need to have, or what kind of things are you doing? Start off by telling us what you're doing.
Okay. Well, currently I do email management. Email management, customer service, but it's mostly email management, answering emails, and also I have a Facebook page that I manage. Just ensure that people post the right information, and the people who should be added to the group get added to the group, and ensure that they follow the rules and they get the information that they want. So it's just that customer service from a different angle.
From a different angle. And how have you been enjoying working from home, not leaving your house, sitting on the sofa and getting your work done?
It's much better. I found that I hated leaving my house, because I live so far. I moved really far. About 2 years now, I moved into a new house. Okay. So it was really hackling, because I have to be up at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning to ensure that I catch the first bus so that I'm not late. If I start working at 8 a.m., then I definitely have to be up earlier than I want to ensure that I get there on time. And it
Wow.
was really taking a toll on me because I wasn't getting enough sleep.
Wow.
It wasn't something that I was really happy about doing it, right? It's something that I liked, but I wasn't happy anymore. It was unhappy because I had to exert so much more effort, being stuck in the traffic, then after work, even in the mornings, being stuck in traffic, and then even the AC, it started to become annoying to me. And I always wanted to be outside. I found myself standing outside in the sun, just standing there. So basically, we could say that I started to become a zombie, and I hated that very much. Don't
Right.
want to be a zombie.
Right. So you enjoy the working from home. Absolutely. It sounds like it.
Yes, really
Like,
love doing that because you can do it from anywhere. Don't necessarily have to be in my little office, as I call it, a section of my living room, but can be anywhere because there were a number of events that happened. Like once my husband called me to say that my brother-in-law's heart stopped. He was at home, had to leave and go and help with that, and it was so convenient because I could just pack up my laptop. I have a portable internet service, so I just bring that with me while I'm sitting there waiting in the emergency room. Had it there, I could
yeah.
just do stuff. I couldn't get everything done,
Right.
but I could manage to do what I could do to get the work done. And then when I got good news and we could leave to go home, I could finish up the rest of it.
Right. So for those type of days, you're like really grateful that you have that opportunity to just be your own. Like I can just bring my laptop and my modem and I'm working on the road. And I understand that that's really, which modem are you using? A Digicel or a Carousel?
Oh, I bought I forget what it's called. It's the tiny pocket. I think they call it the MiFi modem. But when I purchased it, they said that it could only use a digital chip. But I learned one thing I learned in freelancing from freelancing is always try something. Never be afraid to try something new. So I put my Lime chip in it and found out that Lime works in it just fine. Didn't need to unlock it or anything. So use regular data service from my cell phone. And ensure every month that I have a plan on the cell phone for anything like that comes up, and just put the chip in there, the SIM card in that. But I also learned another trick that works really well. Just buy a 4G phone, like the one that I have, and the SIM card, just turn on the hotspot because that works too. I had another emergency. My husband got sick. And while I was on the way to the doctor and had to wait again in the emergency room, I was there working, using my phone this time, the internet on my phone and my laptop to work.
There you go. There you go. So it is pretty amazing the opportunities the internet provides. Now tell me, how long have you been a virtual assistant?
Well, I was thinking about it a few days ago, and I realized that I've been doing this since probably sixth form in high school. And I won't tell you how long that is because it's going to make me seem so old. But let's see. It's probably over 7 years, I realized, because I started working online way before it became a thing. Before everybody started talking about it, I started in sixth form. I was wondering, what next? What should I be doing now? And I had just gotten a computer, gotten the internet at home, and I kept clicking around, finding new things. I remember the first paycheck I got, it was 97 cents. I thought, wow, I can actually do this. 97 cents. And it kept motivating me. And so I saw a couple years, I stopped because I was doing college and going to university. And then I stopped, got a work outside the home job, regular job. And then I hated that. So I came back home, got another job working from home. Actually started working with as a virtual assistant for real estate, a company that provides virtual assistant services for a real estate company. And there it was, another experience. It's something that I didn't know. I did not know anything about that. I didn't know anything about the applications. But here's the thing that you should never do. Never say, I am afraid. Never speak your fears out of your mouth. Never do that. Even if you feel afraid, keep it to yourself and you attack it like you are not afraid. Because I did that and I learned so much, so
Wow.
much information.
Wow.
Every time I got a new job or is interviewing for a new job, I remember the last interview I did, it was a bunch of new apps. And the interviewer asked me, he said, Sandra, have you ever worked with any of these apps before? I said, no, but I've worked with similar and I'm very willing to learn because I've learned a lot of other things before. So I can definitely learn this. And I can pretty much say,
Good attitude.
I can pretty much say I'm an expert at a lot of apps. I learned a whole lot. So that's it. Exactly. It's your attitude and it's never speaking the negative thing out of your mouth. Never saying it. Even if it's dark, do not say it is dark. Say, I will see some light soon. Never speak anything negative out of your mouth.
Seems like you're a motivational speaker today, Sandy. We are enjoying it. Thank you so much. So you've been doing this for 7 years, and do you think that this is where you're going to be? Like, just continue to hone in on your skills as, you know, you're working from home. Like, you could never go back into an office and work a 9 to 5, could you?
Never. I thought about that a few months ago when my husband said to me, I'm jealous of you. I wish I could stay home and work on my computer too. I thought about it and I said, I don't want to get out there and go in that traffic and then have to stay locked in a building that I can't come out. I have to be waiting on a certain time, waiting on a lunch break or so. Because working from home, if I need 5 minutes, I can get up, go outside and just stand in the sun, breathe in some fresh air, come back in. There's nobody like hounding you. And then people are more understanding. That's the thing that I find. It's like a community. Right? Everybody is supportive. Somebody whose aunt died and everybody was like, oh my gosh, how can we support you? How can we be there for you? People who live near to that person, they traveled to visit that person to encourage her and so on. And so it's not a lot of person will say that it's lonely. Sometimes it does get lonely, but if you want to be stuck inside just looking at your four walls all the time, then so be it. But you can move around and do it because everything has changed. Technology has changed, so you don't necessarily have to stay locked inside of your house, because that's the thing that I hated, having to stay stuck in a building. And
looks like we lost her. I'm sure she'll come back on. But she had some really good points there, didn't she? I love the things that she said about, you know, determination, don't speak out your fears. And really, if you want to do it, it's something that you can definitely do. So we'll see if she comes back on. She's had some connection issues before, or maybe she was joining on the phone and her battery died, but we really appreciate it. How are you guys feeling now that you're learning all of this great stuff about working from home? You see other people in Jamaica, Winnie in the US, who are working from home and making this work for them. I know everybody's here is now saying, I can do this, right? You believe that you can do this. You're going to speak it out that you can do this, and you're going to live your best life as your own boss and, you know, be a virtual assistant. So tell me just a little bit just give me one word. Vivine said motivated. Give me one word that describes how you feel now that you've heard from Tameka, heard from Sandra. I'm probably going to bring them both on for some closing words, but how do you feel hearing this information? The thing that I really want you guys to understand is that you can do this. You see that other people are doing it. Like other people, just like me, just like you, they're doing this and they're rocking it, right? It really, Carrie Ann says, I can do this. Yes, it makes you understand that you can do this too. What's the difference between someone who is doing it and someone who isn't doing it? Do you guys know what the difference is? It's just having the right knowledge and taking the action, right? Having the right knowledge and taking the action. So you're getting the knowledge, Lots of you are going to jump into our classes to get even, deeper into the knowledge, but it's the determination, the right mindset. Both of these ladies have the right mindset. You can hear in the words that they are saying how strong their mindset is. And you need to understand that the mind is a really powerful thing. So control your thoughts, definitely control your thoughts. And, a lot of people are saying they feel encouraged. Jade, I love how Jade said, I will be your next success story. How many of you guys want to come on here and be interviewed to inspire other people because you're a success story, right? Anyone else like Jade ready to come on and be the next success story? Like, I'm going to do this and be a success story. Rose says she wants to give a shout out to Ava and Layton. They're so helpful. Yes, inside the Facebook groups, you'll find that a lot of people are really helpful and will give you jobs. So good for pointing that out, everybody. Let's see. Orlando says he's enjoying this rather than some regular television program. So Orlando, I hope you've made this your television program for the week, right? We're just on at 8:00 at night. So you join in and listen in to us instead of watching TV. Like, turn off that TV. All right, we're going to bring Sandra back on for a quick minute because she's back up to see if she has any final things that she wants to say. Sandra, you're back. Hey.
Hi. Well,
a lot of people are saying that they feel so energized and motivated and inspired from the words that you gave. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about yourself, Sandra. The fact that I know your husband is jealous of you, but how do you feel about yourself?
Well, I actually feel very proud of myself because when I look back, I started out not knowing anything, not being sure, being a little bit afraid, but I told myself that, hey, I can do this. I've done a lot before. Even doing this, I've taught myself so many other things because it's like this, being positive, changing your mindset, changing your thought patterns, how you would think of, instead of putting yourself down and saying, oh, I can't, and saying, oh, I can, or at least saying, I'm going to give it a go. At least that, it motivates.
We lost her again. But she was just saying it motivates her, right? And we loved her story. All right, so let me bring Tameka back on. Tameka, get ready. I'm bringing you back on. Oh, here's Sandra to finish her comment here. Sandra, you're back.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening to my connection. It keeps dropping.
We never let technology get the best of us, do we? We just keep going.
Always find another way. That's it. That's the next thing that you should take a note of. Always find another way. If it's not working one way, take a breath, step back, and just breathe and think about it. There's another way to do it. There always is another way. That's something that I learned, to never give up when something is not going right. So change your thought pattern. Don't say I can't. Say I will at least try. I'm going to give it a try, and it might seem hard at first, but I'm going to keep at it because I can get better. Something I learned years ago is that it takes about 3 months for you to actually become very good at anything. So when you start off, you will mess up. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel sad, to feel like you're going to give up or like you want to give up, but do not do it. When everything is falling apart, you keep yourself together, keep things together, and keep pushing because that light is definitely there. It's definitely around the corner. I know it to be true.
I could listen to you all night, Sandra. I could listen to you all night. In fact, Pamela said, I can't believe I'm not viewing a movie. I'm hooked on this inspirational journey. It's like being with family members. Carrie says, I totally understand Sandra's traffic stuck in the building plight. Chanel says, I want to be so successful that I won't regret abandoning my media degree. And Omar says, I can. Omar's like, I can do this. All right, Sandra, stay there. We're going to bring Tameka back on. So now we have you two lovely ladies on. Let's see if it's coming. She's coming in a second. But, you know, your story has definitely inspired a lot of people. So thanks for the share and everything that you shared. You're quite, let's see if Tameka is coming up. You're quite a bright and brilliant young lady and a great speaker as well. Faithlyn was just giving some, let me see. Oh, Janelle, Faithlyn is saying, use your media degree to freelance. So that's a good point there. So Tameka, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
And we're excited that you're back. All right, we're wrapping this up. Time's almost up. We heard from Sandra. Let me just bring Sandra back in. Let's see if she's going to be able to stick on with us for a minute here. Sandra, get a little bit more centered so we can see you. Yeah, better, right there, right there. So these lovely ladies came on here today on this live to show you what's possible. They taught you about the different types of services that they're doing as a virtual assistant. They motivated us. They inspired us to reach for higher. Tameka, I loved your talk about being just so financially independent. People are just saying that this is very encouraging. Thank you, Carrie, for saying that, right? So absolutely, this is very encouraging. And what you ladies are doing, and the fact that you said yes to come on and inspire and motivate and encourage other men and women to reach for higher in their lives is a really great thing. So I thank you guys both. All right, any questions for either one of these ladies? You guys have 1 minute to type in your question. We're going to do a speed question round to see if anybody has any questions. And if you don't have any questions, tell the ladies what you thought about what they shared with us today here, because they could have said no, or they were too busy to come on tonight. But they came on, they shared, they gave so much, and we could see that both of them were so passionate about it that, you know, I definitely want you guys to tell them what you thought about it. But if you have any questions, type in those questions really quickly. And let me just question here to a question around to see if anybody has from now. Where do you see yourself? Are you still working? And if you don't have any questions, tell them. Tameka, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Are you still working from home? Are you still making your own money and your own boss and independent?
Yes, because to be honest, I don't see myself going back into an office and actually working.
Tameka, can you hear me?
So I'll hear you.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
All right, I think we're having audio issues.
Yeah, I think that might have been Sandy, but she dropped off. So, all right, finish up, Tameka, what you're saying.
So, yes, I see myself still working from home, but probably traveling and all of that. Since working from home enables you to work from different places, it doesn't necessarily have to be your home. As long as you have your PC and the internet, you're good to go. So definitely.
Definitely. All right, we'll bring Sandy back on one more time, see if she's going to stick on with us here. Sandra, you're back. So I want to ask you this question because I didn't ask you this one. But first here, we've got one question. What is it like working from home full-time in Jamaica? Do you have to register a business? I'll answer the register a business. So you don't have to register a business. You have your business set up on Fiverr. Should you or can you? Absolutely, you can register your own business, especially when you get to a certain level. But answer this for me, Sandra. What's it like working from home full time in Jamaica? You didn't have to migrate to get to get a decent job. You both work for companies overseas, but you live in Jamaica. You didn't have to pack your bags, migrate, leave your family and friends. Sandra's like, peace.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Awesome.
Tameka, you didn't have to migrate.
No, I didn't. And I didn't have to do work and travel to get the US dollars. I stayed at home and it was good.
That's a good one. She's like, I didn't have to do work and travel to make the US dollars. That's a good one. I really like that. All right, both of you ladies, I'm going to say that you can go have a really great night. I'm going to wrap up with everybody really quickly. And I'm going to encourage everyone, if you want to be a virtual assistant, you know, we have a class coming up. Take the 7-week class, learn how to be a virtual assistant like Tameka and Sandy. There are so many. You guys have heard it before. If you watched the previous live, we're covering so much in that 7 weeks. It's going to be pretty intense. We're all really excited about it. And I definitely want Tameka and Sandy to see in the comments those of you who are also going to be a VA so they can inspire you. So type into the comment box VA, just VA. If you're going to join them on this journey and be a VA, I'm inviting you to the class. I'm inviting you to learn more. But let's show the ladies who they're going to be looking at as their peers, other virtual assistants that are going to be working online. So let me see. Type it in really quickly, just the words VA. Orlando, I think he's talking about both you guys. He said it's her new job, a motivational speaker. Oh, for Sandy, something to consider. Michelle says her confidence level is increasing, so that's great. Deidre K says you've inspired her. Isn't that nice, Tameka?
Thanks.
Pamela
so go
says,
for it, Deidre. Go for it.
Yes, Pamela said seeing and listening is really believing. I'm ready to go young, bright, and very innovative. A little one shall lead them. So true you all are. Leading me. Thanks a million. That's great. Dion is ready to be a VA. All right. Go. Angela also says that she's going to be a VA. I'm bringing Sandy back on so she can hear everybody. If you are later just joining us, what are we doing right now? We're telling Tameka and Sandy who is now going to be a VA. Like, they've motivated us. They've inspired us. We're ready to be a virtual assistant, work from home, learn the skills, whether you're coming to a class or not to learn it. We are just saying, shout it out if you're going to be a VA so we can show these ladies who's now motivated and inspired to be a VA like they are. Blair says, VA all the way for Blair. Donna Allen, VA. Monique says, thank you for inspiring. Garfield, I know Garfield actually signed up for the class, I think today, the VA class. So Garfield will be taking that class to learn the skills to be a VA. Good job, Garfield. Sharon says VA, she's going to be a VA. Carrie Ann, Faithlyn, Janelle from Trinidad, Sarita, Shanta. Speaking of Trinidad, do we have anybody else here that's not from Jamaica that jumped on? If you're not, tell us where you're joining us from. Pamela says she's going to be a VA. Shannon, VA with an exclamation mark. Angela, Smith and Angela White. Audrey, Rose, hey, Rose Campbell. Omar, yes, Omar's going to be a VA. What do you ladies think about this? I'm shouting out all these names of people who said that they are going to be a VA. Corrine says VA. Orlando says, I need me a work-at-home job, right? So what do you guys think? I just shouted out so many people who have now said they're ready to be a VA. What do you guys think about that?
Awesome. I'm glad to have more people who join us, because freelancing from home is something that has been projected to be the new job now. More people are joining, are leaving, working from outside the home to working from home, because it actually helps. And so I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Just keep your motivation, keep telling yourself that you can, and always be willing to learn something new. Never say you can't.
Never say you can. Janisha just said she's going to be a VA too. So you ladies have motivated and inspired people. Thank you. That was the mission tonight, to share your stories, to let other people know that this is something that they can definitely do, to talk about the opportunities that are out there. So I thank you ladies so much for coming on and joining us tonight. I'm really excited for everybody who's going to now jump into the world of being a virtual assistant. And if I have a team member who'll type in the phone numbers for me for the office, so if anybody has any questions, they can WhatsApp one of the team members. So if one of you guys can type that in, I'll show it on the screen. Mahalia says she's going to be a VA as well. So Tameka, how many years have you been doing this now?
4 years.
4 years. And Sandra, 7 years. Jeez. So Sandra, even before I met her. So That's amazing and excellent. And, you know, I just want to tell everybody who's listening in, congratulations to these ladies. Let's celebrate their success, but it's time for your success as well. Take that leap. Have faith that you can do it. I believe in you. Tameka, do you believe in them?
I certainly do.
Sandra, you believe in them?
Yes, you can do it.
You can do it. And think about what this will mean for your family. I hope, you know, the ladies out there, I hope your husband is jealous, gets jealous of you. Just like, that was so cute. Sorry, Sandra. You know, and the guys out there, your ladies get jealous. But it means a lot to your family when you actually step it up. And I'm really talking about stepping it up. Step it up. Learn more. Commit. You know, put in that extra effort. You now believe that you can do it. You know you have the abilities. If Tameka can do it, if Sandra can do it, you can do it too. Believe in yourself. If you want to be a virtual assistant, you can be a virtual assistant. If you want to own your online business doing something else, you can do it. Just believe in yourself. Know that the opportunity is there for you. And there's no better time to start than right now. There's no better time to start than today. Right, Tameka?
True, true.
Right, Sandra?
True.
No better time to start than today. So I'm encouraging everybody to start today. Thank you so much, Tameka and Sandra, for joining us. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
We really enjoyed having the both of them on, and I enjoyed having all of you guys on. So thank you so much for joining us. Hey, make sure that you do me one favor, and that's tell someone else about these lives that we're doing. Hey, take this video, share it on your page, share it to your friend's page. You know, put their names in the comments, invite a friend to watch it. Let's really get the word out so that other people are motivated and inspired. This series is about us knowing that we can do it. Whether you need to hear it from someone else, you need the tools, the tips, the resources. You know, no one's holding anything back. So I hope that it's made all the difference for you. And I will see you guys on the next live. Make sure 8 p.m. tomorrow, you're joining me on the live. Thanks so much for being here. Bye. I enjoyed having you here. And hey, go out there and do it. You can do it. We believe in you. Have faith. Bye.